Back on Morning Line, our final segment with our guest. You know, the last caller talking about the dog's congenital heart failure begs the question then. So dogs, like humans, will end up suffering from hardening of the arteries, cholesterol issues, or what would cause?
Different.
Is it a virus that's causing that?
No, it's just they're a little. I mean, if you really want to get down to it, I think that dogs and cats were designed by the good Lord to only live a certain period of time.
So a heart eventually may just go out from wear and tear.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know. So can dogs have a heart attack? Have you ever seen a dog have a heart attack?
I'm going to say no.
Okay, interesting.
There are probably some vets out there who, and I may have said it at some point in time, but sometimes it's easier to just say heart attack because people understand that. But in the way that we have heart attacks, no, dogs do not have heart attacks. We have heart attacks because our arteries get glommed up with different things and we we lose blood supply to our heart. Dogs don't have that problem. They can have problems with their heart, that their heart stops, and we may call it a heart attack, but it's not the same kind of thing. Does that make sense?
Sure it does. Sure it does. It's just different. It's interesting that in a way they're kind of inoculated from what we suffer from. It's not like a dog eating a high fatty diet. That may affect his weight and his liver, but it's not going to give him a heart attack.
Correct.
Like it would if, you know, you and I ate McDonald's every day.
Correct.
Right? I'd like to try that for a while.
You want to?
Did you ever see the movie Super Size It?
No, but
where he
I know
went
what that
on
is.
a time. And look, I'm not going to lie. Once in a blue moon, I'll have a Big Mac. Okay? I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
Is that so bad?
When we travel, when we're on a road trip, that's always my treat. My husband can't stand McDonald's. I don't usually eat fast food, but that's always our treat because I do think that, hands down, their French fries are the best ever.
I'm with you.
So every once in a while, we have to go to McDonald's, and my husband complains the whole time, but I do get a quarter pounder with cheese. And some fries.
Give me some.
But that's like once a year. Because now typically Chick-fil-A is our choice on road trips because we don't do fast food unless we're on a road trip.
As much, right? It's convenient and all that. All right, let's go to Kimberly. Hi, Kimberly. Hello, Kimberly.
Hey there. How are you this morning?
Good. What's on your mind?
Well, I just had a quick question for the vet this morning. Is she still on the line?
Yeah, I'm right here.
Right here.
Okay, great. I have a dog who is a 9-year-old, what they call a puggle. He's part pug and part beagle.
Yep, familiar.
Yeah, and he's what I would call a medium-sized dog. He is an older dog, and I just had a question because I had gone to the vet to have his teeth cleaned, and she called me and told me that she couldn't do it because she was afraid to anesthetize him, because his blood work had come up that he had some liver function issues. And she said that she wanted me to put him on a strict doggy food diet, and, you know, in a month we would see how his liver function was. But she did not want to anesthetize him to do the cleaning until they were you know, till they were sure there was not a problem there. Because apparently that's how a dog gets rid of the anesthesia, through their liver.
That's how people get rid of it as well. Liver and kidneys function, filter everything through the body.
Exactly. So my question is, could this be a sign of a larger problem or something I need to be really concerned with? I mean, Well,
I think that you don't know the answer to that until you see what the recheck is. I mean, that's why, you know, your vet has recommended do that, is so we can see if this can be controlled with a diet or anything else, or if other things need to be looked into. So I can't answer that question right now. Neither can your vet. It sounds like she's taking the steps to try to figure that answer out for you.
Right.
So,
but what could that be a sign of? I mean,
well, we don't have enough time, unfortunately, to go over everything.
It could be a lot.
There's a lot of things. So, you know, there's a lot of things that can cause liver value elevations. Some of them are not bad. Some of them are horrible. There's a huge range. So your vet, it sounds like, is taking the right steps to try to figure out, is this, you know, manageable by other means? What's going on? And the unfortunate thing is that you can't get all of these answers right at once. And so let's see what the recheck is.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, it's just, you know, he's my best friend in the whole world.
I know.
It just bothers me. I'm worried.
Well, let's see what the recheck is.
Yeah.
And if she has any questions, we have several really good internal medicine specialists here in Middle Tennessee for pets that can work up all kinds of crazy things. So I think we'll get him taken care of. I think you just have to be patient, unfortunately, and see what the recheck is.
Yeah, so Kimberly, just hang in there, and obviously
Yep.
you are engaged. You're going to get some answers
Yep.
to it, and what she said is right on the money. And just don't assume necessarily it's going to be something horrible. As she
Yeah.
said, it could be a lot of things.
There's so many things that
Yeah.
can cause liver elevations.
Okay, so as we wrap things up here again, a lot of great calls. Thank you
Yep.
everyone for calling in. Great questions for her. Just again, it's the cold weather. Again,
Right.
Just please pay attention to it in terms of the water bowl outside. Even if you leave your dogs out and you let them in at night, but during the day, they
Make
get
sure they have
thirsty.
water.
And it's going to start freezing over here soon. It's just the bottom line. Water, and make sure that if they sleep outside, they've got everything in there to keep them
Yep.
warm at night. You know, that fur coat's only going to take them so far, right?
Correct.
Only so far.
Unless you're like a Malamute.
Yeah, they're really covered up. But the most vulnerable part of these animals when it gets really cold, is it the paws because they're exposed, or what would it be with the fur? You know, where's the most
Probably
vulnerable
ear
part?
tips.
Ear tips, okay.
Because those are standing up on their own
Sure.
usually, and so ear tips are what we see when I've seen cases of frostbite. It's ear tips and tails.
Okay, and just as we wrap, I always like to ask you this, just to see if you've come across it or heard about it among your colleagues. Any rabies this year of late? Any rabies cases?
There was just a case in Florida where a guy died of rabies
Scary stuff.
because he got bit by a bat and he didn't go to the doctor.
Yeah.
Dead.
Now, right.
D-E-D, dead.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
D-E-A-D, but it's more fun to go
rabies.
D-E-D.
You talk about deadly diseases. Once rabies
Yep.
gets hold of you, there is no cure.
And it can
You're
be years.
done.
Rabies is a really slow-moving virus,
Yeah.
so if it bites you on your big toe, it could take years
That's
to
why-
travel up your neurologic system all the way to your brain. So it could be like a year or two later and you die of rabies. So if you get bitten by any kind of animal that you don't know what its rabies status is, especially a bat
Yeah.
or something in the wildlife, you need to go to the doctor or you'll be dead.
Absolutely. Good advice, ending the note on that. Alice, thank you. On that cheery note, listen, it's good seeing you. We'll see you
Merry
again.
Christmas.
We'll see you again
Yes.
after Thanksgiving,
Yes.
and you can tell me all about your turducken. Folks,
Yeah.
back with a note right after this.
Tonight.